Okay, let's take a look at this code here to create more windows with Tkinter. And here is the code. First of all, we import Tkinter and SDK. So now we will call this module TK to have access to its method, function, classes, etc. And so we create free class for free window. The class win1 is the main window, and then we have two different window, other two with different window that are win2 and win3. So what I do is to create a root window here that is created with the tk class. Then we create an instance of this one with the class win1 where I pass my root window, and then we have the root main loop here at the end. So we go here, and what happens that when I create this class, it will add an attribute master to this class that is the root itself. So the self master, i.e. the app.master, will be the root itself, and we will give it to this self master that it's the root, that it's the window, a dimension of 400 for 300, and then we will show some widgets on it calling this method. And I will create a frame. I will give it a title to the root, there is window number 1. Then I will create a button and another button here, and I will pack the frame to make it visible. So these two buttons are created with this method here, where it just creates a button into the attached to this frame here with text that is this one that is passed as an argument here, and then with the command that is what this button does, that is um, into made with this function here, where I pass the class win2. So this is the button to open the win2, and so I create this button to open this second window with passing this class to this function here. Okay, so once we click the button, we go inside this window. This is what create the new window. So we have that if class is equal win2. So this is just an example, okay, to make it. You can make as many windows as you want. You can abstract this one more, and maybe I will do soon a new post about making as many classes you want, as many windows as you want. So if class is win2, so if you pass win2 into this, if win state it's normal, this means that it's just opened. You will focus on that. So this avoids to create more windows. If you click more times, 10 times this button, it could create 10 windows that are always the same, and maybe you don't want this in your code. So another thing, if this one fails, it means that there is the window is not yet created, the window number 2, so it will create it with this one. This is what creates the window. This is the most important part of the code that you should remember if you want to create a new window. And you create another object here called win2 that is tk.topLevel self-master. So it will create another window passing to it as argument the root window that in this case it's self master. And then once it creates this is just like it's the same thing plus or less than say this thing here. Okay, to create a new window, and you create a new one that is under the main window, and then to populate it with the thing that you want, I call the class win2, or I call the class win3, depending on the button that I previously clicked. So let's go what happens when, if it's the class win2, for example. You go here and it will say self master equal master. So you see here that it passes always the root here, and this becomes the master of this one, or this one. This one inherited from win1 like the other one, and both of them got the self master attribute, that is the root. Then we give it a title, win number 2, and the geometry. You see that is different from the other one, and then we show the widgets for this second window. And you see here there is a frame, there is another button here that it's just a button to quit the window. And so you see here the command is self.close window, that goes to this function here that says self.master destroy. This self master, of course, is linked to this, so it will not close the master, this one here, but we'll close this one. Okay, and then there is another button here to open the third window. So with this other button it will open the third window. But why there is no code here for this? Because this create button uses as inherited this function from this method from the win1 class, because here we put win1 into this, so inherit this function, this method, and so it just opens new window class to pack. It will open the third class, so you can open the other window also from here, putting just this button like this. So it's very simple as code, the way we built the classes. And win3 is the same thing. Self master is equal master, give the title, a new geometry, and show the widgets. In this third kind of window, you see that there is a frame, there is a button to quit one window number 3, to quit itself, that is just like the previous one. And we could have also, for example, to avoid doing this thing, we could have put this one into the main window here that is inherited, so we could just say that we can use less code doing this thing. And now I want to show you also how this works. And let me copy this code here into so that we can run it. You see, this is the window number 1, and if you click here you get the window number 2, where there is that button to close the window and that one to open the third one. You see here, and if I click many times, I just have one button. See also here, you don't have any other button for the reason, for the code that we put into our script. And so if I close it, we close this one and this one remains. Instead, if I close the main one, everyone will be closed. So this is how it works, and as I told you, we could put this one instead of here, we can put this one into the main one, and so avoid repeating this code here. And this should work the same. Let me quit it. You see that it quits the same because it is inheriting it from the main one. And so this is how you can do more windows, making a personal kind of aspects here, and that's how you can do it without any problem at all. Thank you. See you in the next post.